Hey, Jim Toscano here, and I want to talk to you today about mounting a Logitech webcam or a GoPro or a Zoom camera to a mic stand. If you wanted to use a mic stand to get maybe an overhead shot, boom stands in particular are really useful for this kind of thing, but they have a 5/8 threaded end. And so how do you get your webcam or your Zoom camera onto this? So we're going to talk about the things that you need, the adapters that you need, and I'll put links to everything in the description of this video. The first thing is, if you have a Logitech webcam, how do you get this base off of here? I actually was struggling this myself. A lot of people try to twist it off. It'll actually kind of break if you do that. So any of these Logitech, the Brio or the 920C, if you rock this base from side to side, it will come loose like that. And actually you put it back on in the same way. You rock it back on and it'll click into place. It takes a moment to do it when you're putting it back on. But there it is. So again, hold that and rock back and forth and it'll pull off. Now you have a threaded bottom. Now the threads under here are 1/4 inch thread. Not going to fit on my mic stand. The other thing is, if I did mount this on the mic stand, I wouldn't be able to pivot this. So I'd be able to move this. Perhaps I was going to get an overhead shot. I could get the mic stand up in the air like this, but now my camera's stuck like that. So what I recommend is get a ball head. You know, there's a lot of different camera ball heads, but you can screw the camera onto the ball head, and then the ball head may have different threads. This one happens to have 3/8 thread. They also come 1/4 inch thread. They also come different thread types. So I have an adapter, which is 5/8 mic stand adapter to 3/8 right here, which matches the ball head. Now I can screw that ball head onto the end of this. Now when I put this up in the air, the ball head can make my camera go in any direction I want. And so that's the system I use for mounting these types of cameras, you know, for overhead shots, or even if you were using it this way and you just wanted, instead of using a tripod, you wanted to use a mic stand, because this is much more flexible as far as the height and and all the different angles that you can get. And you can definitely get way up in the air with a microphone boom stand. So that's the Logitech Brio. So I'm going to unscrew that one. And then for any other camera, I'm still going to use the ball head. So again, we're using a thread adapter from 5/8 to 3/8, then the ball head, which is 3/8. And then we could take a Zoom Q2N and screw this guy onto here. And so now we have our Zoom camera for overhead shots. This can also, it has a little groove in it, so I can get this up at 90 degrees also if I wanted to. A lot of the time I'm using boom stands for overhead shots. So I could look down at my drum kit, or if I was a piano player, down at my hands. So that works for the Zoom Q2N. And then there's a little trick when it comes to GoPros. Most GoPros are coming from the factory with this little shoe mount that slides onto a track. So what I have is a GoPro mic stand adapter. What I could do is either put that directly onto here and take off my ball mount, and then I can screw this directly onto the mic stand. So this is using a mic stand adapter on the GoPro. And then the GoPro actually has a pivoting base. So I can do that and then slide this into that track on here. And I can use this pivoting here for the camera. So that's one way to do it. And then the other way we can do this, if we want to use the ball head for the GoPro, we put the ball head on with the adapter. And then there's different mounting shoes. But if we only have the mic stand shoe, but we want that on a ball adapter, we can put another adapter onto this guy, which brings the 5/8 down to 1/4 inch thread. Put that on here. And then we can take our GoPro, slide that guy into the track, and now the GoPro has full 360 degrees, And of course, we can even lock it in up here. But this would be the best way to do it for GoPro. So now we have using adapters, using thread adapters and a ball head. And I always recommend the ball head because you just have more flexibility. Of course, with the GoPro, you do have this mount, which is helpful. But if you really want that 360 degrees, the ball head is the way to go. You just have to get some adapters. And what I do is I keep thread adapters in my studio. Just a bunch of different lighting and thread adapters. And so this says mount adapters with this little Home Depot $2 sorting box. I know that won't come in clear. So anyway, there it is. GoPro, Zoom Q2N, Logitech Brio with the mount taken off and using adapters and a mic stand. Very cool. I hope that's helpful. If you like what I do, please like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right, talk to you soon.